Voila. Okie dokie. Oh my god. Can you see me? You can see me. All right. Oh, oh. Okay. So here we go. Welcome. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. It's been a minute, which is why I'm coming on. Fantastic. Alrighty. So here we go. We're gonna do a coffee and tarot. Okay, I got my coffee. I'm ready. We're gonna pull cards, see what the message is. Premise of coffee and tarot is that spirit gets to kind of lead the way. They're in total control. We're not coming into it with preconceived notions. Hello, or any kind of parameters, time frames, any limitations. So spirit just goes in whatever direction they want to go in. Generally, definitely need to do that after it's been about 2 weeks. My children have been home. I've had them the full 2 weeks. So there's that. So things get busy sometimes when you have children. Just saying. All righty. I'm going to go cover up the sound of this daggone. You have no clue how happy I'm going to be when I'm out of here. Okay? When I'm out here. Because I ain't never in my life, except for one other time. I hate when you're in a small apartment and they stick the friggin' unit in your daggone living room. The dumb fuckery of that, okay? To put the air conditioning unit, heating unit, whatever it is, in your and you're like, you can't hear shit. You can't hear shit. And if you're neurodivergent, that constant, it's not even like a good white noise. It's like when it goes off, I'm like, oh my god, my head feels so much better. I cannot wait because I cannot stand it. Anyways, all right. So here's my spiel. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation is never Cinderella it to make it fit. Okay? Fantastic. They got me over here. Hold on 1 second. Let me figure out which one they want. Okay. We're starting out with the Archangel Tarot. Sorry. Come on. Yep. All right. Hey, Anna. Oh my God. It goes off and my brain's like, that was almost, we got 3 of Cups. There's some kind of like milestone, like birthday, like a milestone, something that marks something, but it's like celebratory, like a reason to celebrate. So it's not just I'm going out having fun. There's a reason to celebrate. This is for somebody where I feel like you don't generally celebrate this, or you feel awkward making a deal of it. So to you, it's probably just another day. But I think Spirit's like, oh, there's reason to celebrate. You're kind of like, why? Death card, release. And then the Four of Cups. Yeah, missing an opportunity. Now, they're talking about the end of a situation or like a phase or something like that. A time that's marked by like kind of like moving forward, moving on. I don't know if that's necessarily the celebration, the reason to celebrate. Because it doesn't feel it feels like something very, a wedding, graduation, birthday, like there's something an event, there's something very milestone marked about this. Um, it's like something like celebratory worthy. You're not necessarily seeing it as such, and there's a sense of discontentment, boredom, kind of like missing an opportunity. And there might be something you need to release that keeps you from I don't know if this is like a like enjoying yourself or celebrating the small victories or blah 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 kind of thing. This feels more like let it go and just move on kind of thing. But this feels more like something energetic or emotional that you hold on to that kind of like subdues or keeps you in this sense of discontentment. It's like open your eyes to the possibilities. So there's a reason to celebrate. You're not celebrating. They want you to kind of slough off some kind of like emotional burden or energetic burden. Um, Whatever that is may be the reason you tend to not celebrate these kind of things. Um, and celebrate, it's like have fun. Ew, I don't like that term. Like they gave me the word rejoice. And I'm like, there's religious trauma there. Rejoice and be glad. Uh, so you're missing something. They're like, you're missing something here. What are they missing? Let's find out. Peace of mind. Like this is the card of like taking a reprieve, taking a pause, taking a break, and enjoying yourself, maybe a vacation, lightening the mental load. I don't know. Do you always take everything so serious? Like, are you somebody who always there's always something next, and so any tiny success or milestone is like, yeah, but there's still all these other things, and so is that the emotional burden that you hold on to that keeps you from wanting to celebrate anything or have fun? I think so because the Eight of Pentacles is that constant, uh, continuous work and like shelling away at something. Like, there's always something more. Always needing to move forward. There's always another thing to achieve. There's always another something. There's always another something that you use as, but you're not to the pinnacle. Like nothing is. I'm not gonna say you don't have fun, but you most certainly constantly cast something as there's always larger, bigger goals, and they're seemingly always at a distance, and it's like, okay, we done, and moving on to the next, like the next step, and the next, like the drudging forward. There's a constant drudging forward, and that falls under the release, like this incessant need to. I don't know, it's like there's I don't wanna say that whatever you're looking forward to is more grand or grandiose than what you've accomplished, um, because it's probably it doesn't feel like it is, like, at least not according to spirit, it's like, that's not really, and they're not saying like, "Oh, be grateful that, oh, you made it through the month, let's celebrate." Like, they're not talking like that either. Like, this isn't minuscule. It's like you don't ever celebrate you or, like, who you've become. So there's this sense of there's always something more to do or something more important that you need to achieve. Or do you just feel like you always like your sense of purpose is in constantly striving for something? Like, is that the only way you feel fulfilled or purposeful? There is a sense of you never reach it. It's never something never satiates. And that most certainly will have you missing out. Nine of Wands. This gotta keep going, never giving up, gotta, but it talks about protecting that which you've created. I would assume there needs to be a level of appreciation and enjoyment of what you do have or what you have accomplished or what you have come to or who you have become. Um, are you ever happy with anything that you've done or do you always future cast? It seems as though uh always having a million goalposts in front of you keeps you from like that's what seems to put things at risk. That's where you lose out. Because it's almost as if you never get to actually experience anything in the present. And so all you're ever going to know at the end of the road is a constant striving for something. Like you're stuck in the mode of striving for something. And you never know the satisfaction of achieving it or enjoying it. Ooh, all right, good job. This is the Coffin Tarot. It's a general tarot read. It's not taking any questions or anything like that. Like they're like you are currently losing out on the thing that you say you want or and it's an opportunity. It's almost as if it's like you are so like when something enters in your life, you don't see the forest of the trees kind of thing. Like you're always looking for or positioning yourself or trying to frame something as something more, something more, something more. And so when things show up in your life, because you're not present, because you're not in the moment, because you're not experiencing your life, you miss out on a lot. Things show up and you're so, it's like I want to say driven, but driven feels a little more positive than what you are doing. There's a bit of an obsession with something never being satiated, never being truly, truly present. It's always, okay, and the next thing. Okay, and the next thing. Okay, and the next thing. That's what it is. There's a difference between being future focused or forward focused, let's put it that way, and constantly striving is like I need a constant challenge in my life. I need something to constantly challenge me. But that puts you in a perpetual state of like low level anxiety, low level, like constant though. Like that's why you can't get away from this feeling of burned out. Almost as if your nervous system never truly gets to rest with that constant state of, well, I'm going to sneeze. Oh my God. Look, look, y'all. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Clean, toss, and organize it. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I come from a long lineage of people who sneeze like 7 times in a row. It's annoying. Um, Funny thing is, this idea of, but I've lost a lot in the past is what someone's not catching on is it's actually this that causes you to lose out. This paradigm, this lens, like if spirit were to have a set of scales and weighed what you've accomplished against what you have lost out on, what you have lost out on far outweighs what you have gained. The life you wish to experience is never ever really experienced, but in brief glimpses, moments, um it feels like my ego can point out, look at all these beautiful things, but you were never really present to experience those. Those are just check marks for you, not a life lived. And so while you could go through like a litany of things on your deathbed that act as a look, all it does is satiate the ego, it does not satiate the soul. You will not have satisfaction on your deathbed. You will still have regret, like you never, but I never got to, like something's still missing. So you'll always feel like you never got to, no matter what your checklist looks like. And so you'll die feeling like you missed out. You'll carry that into your next life. Let me put that one up. Whoop. So there's a chance. I keep coming back to like a birthday. Um where you get, and milestones are this. It's the moment in time when there was life before and life after. It's always like if you were to create a timeline, right? And write all the things in life, the things you choose to put down, like there's certain milestones that act like a marker in time, a flag, if you will. And so milestone to me is always something there where you use it as a gauge of life before and life after. And it feels as if like maybe somebody has an approaching birthday where it's like this is the moment where it's kind of like things get to change. That gets to change. Where when you are on your deathbed, you will know exactly the moment in your life where something shifted, something changed. Again, it's as if it's like a burnt in memory and knowing that there was life before that moment and then life after. So again, if you were ever to do a life review, it's a milestone. I feel like not everybody, but somebody is using a birthday as a turning point. Yes. Sorry, when I sneeze, my nose starts to run again. Yes, sorry about that, guys. Funny thing about living a dream life is that um, people think that I frame it like this. We have different chapters, we have different books, and we have different like volumes. Like if you think of a trilogy or a book series, how vastly different. While one book may have components of the last that feed into it that act as a foundation for it, um, the second book in a series can be vastly different from the first. And I look at life like that. And then we've talked about this on this channel where some people, you will reach a point where you're like, I have literally lived 3 fucking different lifetimes because each book was so stark contrast different from the last. Um, but as with anything, um, it's a choice. And no one wants to hear that, especially in an exceptionally oppressive world that we live in, where pain seems to be the predominant moving force and influence. And by all means, we get to take our own journey and heal how we do what it takes to truly heal. There is no, the thing that I remember being told at one point though, which is very, very true, and it's not a knock on anything, but things can take as fast or as slow as you want them to. You get to decide. Sometimes I have to pump the brakes because it's too much, too quick, all at once. And other times I surrender and it's as if I internally implode. I can't always do that. I have to maintain a sense where I want to still remain here in this experience. Otherwise, what am I healing for? But I do want to remind people that there will come a point where you're going to recognize the choice. And again, it comes down to the ego or the soul. At some point, your soul is gonna, I deserve to not have to live out a life sentence for the remainder of my life for things that were beyond my control. And your soul will crave. And your ego will want to double down, anchor in, but it was unjust, unfair. And there's a choice to be made between the ego and the soul. What you choose, how you do that, and in what time frame is completely up to you. But there is going to come a point where you will realize that you can, if you so want to, make that choice. It's not an easy one. Because when I tell you, the ego will feel as if it is dying, as if it's somehow turning its back on the suffering by choosing to move on or finding a way to be happy again. And frequently it is in a very stark contrast to what brought us happiness before. All right, let's get back to this. We have the Page of Cups. You are being invited. This is an event. This is something marked with 3 of Cups with the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is always some kind of like either invitation or social event. So some level of like a coming together. Again, there's reason to celebrate. You may be invited to celebrate. Somebody may want to celebrate you. Again, this doesn't feel as if it's like you have this desire to like, let's all get to, but something happens where there is an opportunity to celebrate. Is there something about this celebration that acts as that milestone? Told you, a milestone. Life before and life after. Something ends and something begins. It's like a moment or an event always burned in your life story. 6 of Cups. It is a return to pleasure. Like your inner child that steps out to play. There's something more to that 6 of Cups. Yeah. I have the Moon card and it feels as if it's like things that have been stuffed down are allowed to come out. Again, an inner child type of feeling. Like wonder, hope, uh finding pleasure in all the little things. Somebody's imagination or field of possibilities might come back online. 7 of Wands. Because they're drawing me to the moon where like something reveals it, something comes back out, something reveals itself. You may have an emotion that comes back online. Seven of Wands feels putting oneself back in their power. Nine of Wands is a very defensive type of energy. 7 of Wands is a very powerful, sitting in the seat of my truth, self-respect, self-love, confidence, my authenticity, and there's a sense of power with that. Because it's something that was hidden. I'm surprised like either an aspect of you or a part of you that you haven't displayed to the world for quite some time, but it's like it puts you back into exactly who you are. Four cups for a second time. You have to accept this. The Page of Cups offers a cup. It's an invitation. It's an invite. You have to accept it. I want to know about the 6 of Cups, please. Talk to me about the Six of Cups. For someone, you may look at this like it's an opportunity and you invite somebody. Or you are the one that initiates. Let me hold on to that for a second. Three of Swords, King of Swords, Five of Wands. Three of Swords feels like we talked about the constantly missing out. Five of Wands is fighting within yourself, fighting your desires. It's this conflict. It's a conflict. A conflict in your mind, like ego and soul, your desire, life force, what you want. Your soul's desiring something. The mind is in a constant battle. Is always constantly. It's leaving you without the Three of Swords. Leaving you without. It creates a consistent grief that shows up. But the way that they have to paint the heart on, it's like you don't actually feel anything. And that's kind of what I feel like the Six of Cups is. It's like your inner child gets to come back out and you feel again. You find the pleasure in life again. You are the thing that holds you back. Eight of Swords. That's self-imposed entrapment. Back to there's always something to move forward to. Like there's just always something to work towards, always something to yearn for, always something to like there's some purpose in constantly working. Like there's no value if you just exist, if you just live. Hermetic Tarot. Oh, son of a biscuit. So let's get back to, okay. Talk about the Three of Cups, Page of Cups then. What is this celebration? What is the potential invite? Chariot. Hermit. Five of Cups. This landed in my arms. Five of Cups talks about loss and pleasure. This is the moment when this happens, because the Chariot is things aligning, moving forward, charging forward. It's almost as if pulling somebody out of Hermit. And I did say earlier, I was surprised Hermit wasn't out. It's the moment that you are no longer fixated on the cups in front of you and you're able to pivot. It's like there's something about this that you see a way out. Like you recognize it's your opportunity. There'll be a part of you that's like, that's your soul. Your soul is like, now, this, yes. And it's almost like your brain can Virgo the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes what's happening in a situation and it's looking at it and you're realizing the dichotomy, the differences between. It's almost like your ego recognizes when the soul says, this is it. This is the moment where I can get out of whatever this is. This will carry me out of this. Your ego doesn't like that. There's a part of it that doesn't like it. Like, it's almost I almost wanna say, like, there's that part of you that's like, "I know what you're doing." And will try to find something wrong with no longer existing in that energy, existing in that state. You have your whole life ahead of you, the 10 of Pentacles. You don't know how good it's going to get. There's a path waiting for you. This is this is the life that you will be happy and satiated with on your deathbed, where you can exit this existence and no longer feel as if you have that void, the 3 of Swords, as if you no longer feel like you didn't achieve the thing you came to accomplish despite everything that's on your list, everything that you can check off. Um, you feel satisfied. It's like you leave ready to go, happy with what you've achieved. That's the legacy. That's the legacy that you want to leave behind. You're caught in this incessant loop of it's a yearning and drive to achieve the unachievable. Because how dare you be satisfied with the life that you have? It's like, but if I'm really, truly, genuinely happy, then what? What does that mean about my past? What does that mean about me? What does that mean about me within this world? We are really, really programmed and trained right now in this day and age to never be satisfied. And somebody here is equating satisfaction with settling, with boredom, with being willing to take just enough. Almost like equating satisfaction with settling for crumbs. But again, whatever is happening here, it's the idea of the scales. It's like what you've lost out on compared to what you've gained will far be uh, out of balance. The weight of what you have missed out on in life, according to your soul, will be carried into your next life if you believe in that. It's the idea of dying with a heavy heart. So whatever happens with this invite, it is the doorway, or this event, this celebration, this whatever it is the doorway. It's like somebody, now I'm not saying all of you, but somebody fantasizes about reaching the moment where I couldn't have asked for anything more. And the idea, sometimes we think that that negates or abandons or devalues any of the things that struggles we may have gone through, and it doesn't. Because it almost sounds like it was all worth it. No, it should have never happened. No, it wasn't fair. But I didn't serve out a lifelong sentence as a result of something that wasn't my fault. Because right now, that's what you're doing. It is 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords, a prison of your own making. You are sentencing yourself to this. Oh, and so Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is the idea of it's that pros and cons, weighing up the options. Do or I don't I invest? It's really being present with what has happened. Because the pentacles under the feet, the past, taking stock of right now, and determining how you want to move forward. That's always the pentacle over the head. It is the is it time to invest? Do I or don't I card? That's the decision. Do I or don't I? But with the Two of Swords, because of the blindfold, it's not making the decision with the facts, the things that you can conceptualize within your mind. It is for once letting your soul decide. It is going within, and something is going to reveal itself. So a part of you that you have not experienced for some time will come out and will regain pleasure in this life, which pulls you into the moment, pulls you into wanting to savor, experience everything. Anything else, Spirit? We all know this saying also well. It's the Robin Williams line where he says, "Are you ready for a new adventure, or a new adventure awaits?" Like Ace of Wands. This is life coming back online, and this is finding passion again. This is reigniting your light. That's why you move from the Nine of Wands to the Seven of Wands. You're sitting in your truth. You're sitting in your power. You have your confidence, self-respect, self-love. You're standing in your truth. Your fire is back online. It's like you will merge with the life that you love again. Or we won't even say again, we'll just say you will merge with the life that you love. Lovers. Anything else? Or are we good? We have a King of Cups. Most certainly feels as though two things. King of Cups is really discerning about what he does and does not invest in. So this is the idea that you find something worth investing in. But on the flip side, with the Lovers and the King of Cups, for some, it's actually about being able to find love again. A love that you do want. Like true love. Not settling. Okay, that's a whole book. We're not taking that. We're taking the two that flipped up. We have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. Something will begin to emanate from you. You radiate. I'm trying to find a way to describe this. This would be whether you feel masculine or feminine. When your true authentic self is projected to the world, you become palpable. And something begins to emanate from you. She is the epitome of sitting on her fucking throne and being in her power and being unapologetic about that. There's a taking command of your life. Your light comes back online. Whether other people have recognized that it's been offline or not, you recognize, again, Ace of Wands, your light comes back online. I can't get away from you. Feel like you are living again. Queen of Wands feels herself. It's the I look in the mirror and I love what I see. I'm in love with myself. I find myself attractive. I love like there is this that's the palpable. It is in the beginning we talked about not wanting to celebrate the self. You just look at it like it's not like everything is celebratory. Fun, excitement, enthusiasm return. They're necessary. Beyond necessary, it is inconceivable to live a life without that. It's like never being able to go back into the hermit, into the shell. You may have had a mask, so some people wouldn't be able to tell this, wouldn't be able to see. Um, but this is you shining through. This is you shining through and being able to present to the world because there's something that feels so good about it. It's delicious. They're singing "This Little Light of Mine." Like, in that song, it's like we did this thing when I was little, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." And so it's like there's always this thing we always did this thing where, like, your mask dimmed you, probably intentionally, probably by design. It acted as a safety, a barrier, so that there's something about satiating others while also simultaneously protecting the self. Um, your sacral comes online. Fucking confirmation, y'all. It reminds me like a steam engine where the fire that burns gets things going. It sets the stage. It's what helps to bring in the 10 of Pentacles. It sets the stage for this. Something about no longer hiding. Because when you're truly living, people can't help but see. You can't carry around the weight or the mass that we've talked about and really experience life and all of its pleasures and all of its joys. You can't really let your inner child come out and like it's like I just feel like like when a child goes up to a buffet and their eyes are bigger than their stomach and they just want to sample everything and it's that it is just that's what it feels like. like real true desire comes back online, not the shit that you've been doing. This thing where I have to constantly, I'm yearning because something's always missing and I've got to keep, because I need that constant challenge within me because that's the only part that feels safe. This idea of being satiated with something feels like I am giving up, or feels like I'm giving into boredom. Like I always need the challenge. I always need the challenge. It's got to keep, like there's something that felt like if I've never really achieved anything, if I've never really, then I don't have to really be seen. Being seen, letting your light shine, indulging in all of pleasures, experiencing life, that is what satiates that yearning, not your checklist. So we're just gonna leave it there. All right. So what should we call this reading, guys? Y'all got any suggestions? I just know. Oh, okay. Okay. I will do that. Um, just a shout out. I am no longer a mother to any child that's a single digit. I don't know if you all have any clue what I'm talking about. Like, this is the moment where you're like, I need another. I don't really know if I need another. It might behoove me to start helping people with theirs. I'm not ready to be a grandma at all. And I have done threaten my children like, I know you near. Not anytime soon, thank you very much. But I do have a child that's about to be 23, one that just turned 17, and one that just turned 10. And we had to take pictures. And he made me pick him up and hold him. And like, this is the last time, mom. I'm always and forever for the rest of my life going to be double digits. And why does that feel like, yeah, I'm like, no, because now he's growing up, like, but this whole week he was as clingy as could be, and I let him, um, yeah, because that's gonna change soon. God. Anyways, I'm trying to think. I feel like there's something else, and I'm like, I really don't want this to go on 10 years. And it may be something. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take a little break. There's probably another message. I don't know if I'm gonna come on live or if I'm gonna pre-record it, because I can still feel something else. But I hope this message finds whoever it's meant for. I hope that it's beneficial and helpful in some capacity, some way. Um, Dude, I will have grandbabies. Like I am one of those people that's like, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to have grandbabies. I'm ready just to be like the most favorite person while they hate their parents. I'm like, oh. I mean, I don't want to be like that, but I kind of do. So, but I also see myself like being the cool auntie and like other kids that are having baby like I'll take them. You go rest. You know what I mean? And because at this point in my life, I am so much better at not losing my shit and taking care of kids. Um, always felt stressed when I was younger, but I'm at that place where I'm like, "Oh, I've done been through 3 of you. I've got the tricks, let me tell you." Anyways, so, yes, I wanna be the you know what I mean? I wanna be the person that helps other people feel, um, supported and seen, right? Because I hear too much now. I mean, I don't wanna give my future away, but I hear too much now. So many, I guess, extended family and grandparents won't do anything, to help parents out anymore, and they feel, especially in today's society, like they would just wanna check out, and I don't want that. Or that like they're the worst parent in the world, and no, you're not. So, that kinda stuff. Anyways, I might come back on later, guys. We shall see, to do another one. Again, you can come back if you want to. You don't have to. It'll always be there. I leave my lives up on my channel. So, I hope everybody has a fantastic, wonderful day. If I don't see you later, then I'll see you at the next read. Okay?